Looking at this is interesting. So last night I was saying how my biggest flaw is that I keep going back in the chart and saying, "Oh, well, we're here, we're here." That's my biggest flaw hands down. Now, there's a difference between what's the word? Speculating, right? That's my problem. I have to be able to determine the difference between speculation and religion. So, I'm speculating that potentially we are here. However, price action dictates where we're at, not my little fallacy of, oh, we're here, we're here, because I'm seeing a lot of people do that. And I think it's fair to say even bear arguments have been invalidated in terms of time frame. A lot of people expected us to be a lot lower than where we're at now, just like a lot of us have expected us to be a lot higher than where we're at now. So, um, with that said, this is what I have drawn. I don't know if I've shown this before, but I just want to highlight it once again how these moves do not look the same. They're very much different. You had four bottoms here, arguably five wicks if you want. It was actually six, right? One, two, three, four, five, six. Here we only had two. The type of move though, tying it back into Dogelon does feel similar though, because I think we're in here now, which that was again Non and Goyen was the one who said this originally. I was actually thinking we were here, but obviously we're not, and I said that this is the only way that we're not here. So, and we're seeing it happen now. So again, Dogelon I think is here, so we might even have one little correction before doing something like this. Obviously, if we fall off the table below 39K, then we're all going down. But with that out of the way, tying it into Dogelon, if you actually do look at the market performance, they are very similar where from here, from this high to the bottom, we rallied to the 786, got rejected. From this high to the bottom, we rallied to the 786, got rejected. What's even more interesting is this 3-day cross from yellow below blue, which was I think that's 50 below 100, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's 50 below 100 for the 3-day moving average, and you got the same move here where the yellow crossed below the blue, we took a shit. The yellow crossed below the blue, we took a shit. So the shit actually happened. Uh, yeah, nah, it looks like this one crossed and then we shit. This one we shit, and the cross happened after we shit. So this 41.5 area is something that I'm going to continue watching. If we break below that, then obviously, this speculation is out the window. But what's another important thing to point out here is that 39K. So 39K is like, honestly, it's literally do or die. So something like this, I'm not going to rule out. But again, I said it in the last video, 39.5 or 30, yeah, 39, whatever. If that ain't the bottom, minus a wick like this, I just don't see how we're still bullish. But so 41.5, in my opinion, is kind of the last line in the sand for any type of comparisons, because it is interesting that we are getting very similar price action compared to September, but I did want to highlight the fact that a lot of these coins are performing similar. Well, not all of them. I guess the ones that I'm watching. Again, we're bottoming here at the blue moving average, which is the 100-day. The 100-day is down here. So this 41.5 really has to hold, in my opinion, to make any type of comparisons. So another thing I wanted to highlight, which is actually extremely bearish. So if you're a moon boy, just stop watching the video right now. No, I seriously, if you're like a moon boy, just click off because this is actually bearish. uh, the monthly support band, every time it has flipped from green to red, we've fallen off the table. I posted it in the Discord yesterday, so it's something to note. We went from green to red and capitulated. We went from green to red and capitulated, and we just went from green to red now. So is 20K going to be the bottom? Historically, it has been. So we'll see if this 200 or this is the 50 monthly moving average. We'll see if it comes into play or not. But once again, that's just speculation. We're looking at past performance and saying, well, historically, when you get this flip, it capitulates. And I can't argue with it because 2 out of 2 times it has happened. Is it going to happen again? Well, I would say if we break below 37K, it's more likely than not that that's where we're going. But I just wanted to highlight the similarities between September and where we're at now. And another reason why I do think we're in this type of scenario again is because ES is actually not moving. I've had this drawn for so long, and we're still holding the green box. So 44.4, in my opinion, as long as SPY is holding over that, I still believe it's an inverse type of September move, because if we look back, September actually Bitcoin held the low like this, but SPY ended up making a second low. So it made the low on the 20th, and then it made a new low on October 4th, whereas now Bitcoin is making the new low. Here would be your September 20th, this would be your October 4th, and then going back to ES, which is the same thing, I just couldn't find SPY. um, Now we're not making lower lows. So we're making a lower low from here for sure. But like I pointed out, April 6th was the bottom, and now this is curling up. But if you go on Bitcoin, April 6th, we were up here at 43K, and now we're down here. So it's a very slight move, but once again, at any time, a break below this 41.5 invalidates basically the whole video. So again, it's just speculation. I'm just pointing it out. In the long term, I'm still bullish, but I don't have a bullish argument below 39,000. So if we bottom here because of the moving averages and they're going to push us back up, so be it. That would be great. Until we break over 44K, I can't be bullish short term. But again, in the macro time frame, I'm still bullish. I think we're doing something like this, and we should actually end up blasting out of here because we're getting coiled up. You can see 200-day moving average and every other moving average is down here. So we're playing ping pong. I think you're either going to have a massive move to the upside, which is what I'm betting on, or we're having this massive move to the downside, which is what a lot of people are also betting on. So the biggest thing that I can't stress enough is nobody knows exactly where we're at. We only have, well, some people do, because I know some people are, they got 7, 8 digits, so they know exactly where we're at, but I don't. Most people don't, based on everything I've seen. I haven't seen one person provide analysis that has been spot on. There have people that have been right and wrong, but I think it's fair to say most people don't have it down to a T. But with that said, you have to do whatever you think is going to play out because, anybody can be wrong at any time and no one can give you your money back. So you have to go off of what your gut's telling you. If you feel like we're going to fall off the table, then by all means, you have to take your money and do with it what you want because at the end of the day, if I'm wrong and we fall off the table, I'm going to lose money and no one's going to give me my money back. Just like if we're wrong and you sell and we blast higher, like the bearish analysis people are not going to give you your money that you should have made. So you at the end of the day have to make the decision, gather as much information as you can, and that's what I genuinely feel like you should watch as many people and gather as much information as you can and ultimately make the decision for what you think is going to happen because at the end of the day another reality is people flip-flop all the time. They come in, they say bullish, then they come back, say bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish. I'm sticking with it. I think we're in a bull market. Have I been wrong? Yes, I have been wrong with these moves. But at the end of the day, if we move up to 100K, I don't care about being right or wrong. My net worth would be much higher than it is right now, and that's the only way if I determine if I'm right or wrong. So these little swings, they're definitely more volatile than we have anticipated. And on the same token, we've moved up pretty high. I mean, I was one of the people even saying, like, where's this pullback? And now we're finally getting the pullback and everybody's flipping to a bear market. So if we blast out of here and this is the actual bottom, it would make sense because we're not actually touching the moving averages. Video's kind of long at this point, but I was saying 41.5, which is actually getting pushed up now. It's about 41.8. You can see here we never actually touched the 200-day moving average either. So are we going to bottom right before we touch them? That's potentially the scenario. But all in all, if you take all the bullshit, this is the macro trend that most people are watching. I just never had it drawn because I just never had it drawn. But something like this is the last line of defense because once again, 786 is here at 39K. There's no argument below 39K. I don't see it unless there's a wick, again, as I said in the last video. So we'll keep an eye on this inverse September, see what happens. It's just speculation at this point. But listen, until ES takes out this green box, I have no reason to believe that we're going to fall off the table. Even if Bitcoin is moving down, I still think there's a strong probability Oh no, I need my channel, my video back. I still think there's a strong probability that we move higher out of here. So that's pretty much it. Apologize for a little bit of a ramble, but it is what it is. As always, it's just my opinion. None of this is financial advice, and you always have to do what's best for you.